Hey, you're here! This is the start of something new and exciting. I hope you come along for the journey. Today, we're drawing Spider-Man. Alright, let's start this video off by putting in our sketch lines, getting the pose all figured out for Spider-Man. As you can see, I use a light color just so it's easier for when I go in for the inking, but I think I'm going to do this one without any lines. Perfect, just getting everything set up, putting as much detail as I can so it makes it easier for me in the long run. Now the eyes of Spider-Man are always a little difficult. You can see I'm retrying them a couple times, trying to get the right look for my Spider-Man. I think I'm liking how these are looking. Yeah, we'll stick with those for our final. Perfect. Now let's sketch in the background, give him a nice brick wall to be hanging on. Alrighty, perfect, let's move on. So now I am filling in the drawing so that it will be easier to color for later. Since I'm not using lines, I'm going to use color to define the whole drawing. So I'm just going to sketch it out with a light, maybe it is a dark blue. Fill them in, make sure the lines are looking nice and smooth, and then I'll use this base layer to complete the coloring. Perfect. Peter Parker hits home for me. He's always been my favorite superhero as long as I can remember. He is the coolest. His costume is classic, his powers are amazing, and his storyline is the best. So here we're going to put in the base colors, just flat colors. No need for detail right now, just kind of getting in where we want everything. Perfect. Now we're going to fill in the legs. Alright. Be nice and careful because the color will define the shape. Alright. Now for this Spider-Man, I wanted to do a more cartoon emblem because although I love the movies, for me personally, when I'm drawing Spider-Man, I love a good big front spider. Now we're using the multiplier layer to add some shadow and blending it in to make it look more natural. You'll see me adding a lot of shadow because the more shadow I use, the more defined my picture is. I'm going to do a little bit of erasing here on the fingers just to make them look more realistic, and then we'll use some shadow and a little bit of light to pop out more. Perfect. The blender tool is my best friend. Alright, I'm liking the way this is coming out. Add some more light. Now I use the add setting on the layer to lighten up things and make them look like they're popping out. Anywhere that I want to be popping out, I just slap a lighter version of that color on and blend it in to make it look natural. as you can see, adding them to all the muscles, make them look nice and ripped. We love a good ripped Spider-Man. To go on to what makes this suit so classic, his black webbing. This is the most tedious part of drawing Spider-Man, but personally one of my favorite parts. This just ties the whole thing together for me. Add a little more shadow under his neck to make his head really pop, and now we can move on to the body. Like I said, I like the more comic emblem, which means I like the bigger webbing on him. Perfect. All right, add them around the fingers. Now that our webbing is done, we can move on to the background. We'll put a flat layer of black, or no, let's do gray, and then we'll add some bricks. Alright. Again, another tedious part, but with a little trick, we can make it go much faster. There we go. Alright, now let's add some shadow to our bricks. And blend it in. And no brick wall is perfect, so we're going to put little chips in about every other brick. Make it look spread out, make it look natural. There we go. Great. Now, you can't have Spider-Man without his web, am I right? So, my trick to drawing webs is make one single line and then have a bunch of lines around it, and then just add a little bit of shadow to make it look realistic. And now, done with that, and now we just have to add the shadow of him. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe.